not necessarily for sport, but also for culture. So it's a big aspect of the gay games. It's not all about sport, it's also about the cultural aspect too. And we're here tonight to donate some money to the Out Philly Athletic League, Opal. So there was a donation that you were asked to provide at the beginning. It's a $10 donation, and that will help fund the uniforms that the athletes will wear when they go to Paris this year. So if you haven't donated so far, please do. Anthony's here. He will accept your donations. The Out Philly Athletic League was formed about 2014, Jeff, correct? And it's an offshoot of the William Way Center, which is a community LGBT center here in Philadelphia. And it was really to gather all of the sports leagues under one umbrella and really make them the most successful sports leagues they can be. So Jeff and the people here, a lot of softball people that are here, have done a great job in doing that. And congratulations. And so now we're ramping up again. We're ramping up for Paris. We've had several meetings. Joe led several of the meetings to try and get people registered for Paris. He had like a lot of the different sports organizations here, and so we're trying to raise money for the uniform program. So thanks all of you for coming tonight, and we'll get on with the awards. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. Just hold it down here and not way up here. So the first award is going to be the Local Hero Award. Board member Les Johnson will be presenting that.
Hello everyone, again Les Johnson, MVP of External Affairs. I am honored to be able to present this award to a friend of mine, actually. The Local Hero Award mail is being given to Brian Sims, who I'm sure many of you know. Brian happens to be one of our Gay Games ambassadors, representing the Gay Games across the world. And a little history, in 2000, as the co-captain of the Bloomsburg University football team, Brian was recognized as a scholar athlete. During the 2000 season, Brian came out as gay to his teammates, and in doing so, the regional All-American and team captain became the only openly gay college football captain in the NCAA history. In 2004, Brian earned his JD degree in international law and comparative law at Michigan State University. Brian served as the president of the Equality Pennsylvania and as the chairman of the Gay and Lesbian Lawyers of Philadelphia, Gallup, until he stepped down from both positions in 2011. In 2009, Brian joined the faculty of the Center for Progressive Leadership and the National Campaign Board of the Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund. And additionally, he was selected as one of the top 40 LGBT attorneys under 40, which I believe you still are, right? In the United States by the National LGBT Bar Association in 2010. In 2011, Brian announced his intentions to run for the representative of the 182nd Legislative District in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, where he continues to serve. Brian defeated Babette Josephs in 2012 Democratic primary and did not face a Republican challenger. Brian was the first openly gay person elected to the Pennsylvania General Assembly, and Brian and I are friends through the LGBT Sports Coalition. So for all of your achievements and work in our community, we would like to present you with the FGG Local Hero Award.
Les, that is the most thorough introduction that anybody has ever done of me. I wish my mom was in the front row for all of that. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm going to do something that most elected officials don't do, and I want to try to be really brief.
because I'm excited about the other people getting awards. But I really want to say thank you to all of you who are in Philadelphia from out of town, from a different state, or from a different country. Thank you so much for coming to Philadelphia. Yeah, please. I hope one of the things that you're learning is how proud of this city those of us that live here are. Philadelphia is the most LGBT-friendly location in all of America. Our laws are better in Philadelphia than they are in San Francisco, New York, or Washington, D.C. That frustrates other cities to hear that, but we're the most LGBT-friendly space in America. And we have earned our reputation as the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, so I'm grateful that you're all here. You're here because of the work of everybody else that's in the room that's from Philadelphia. This city has one of the richest histories in America of LGBT athletics and engagement and involvement, and we know how to do it with an eye towards advocacy. So what I will wrap up by saying is that there's a scholarship fund that the Gay Games uses to help make sure that they are bringing in athletes that are underrepresented at the Games. Trans athletes, athletes of color, athletes from third world nations. And so if you're here tonight and you have the capability to donate towards the scholarship, please do. But if you can't donate, be an ambassador of this scholarship. Tell people about it. Let people know that if they want to be engaged and they can't attend, that they should donate to this scholarship, because it's in recruiting people from all over the world that makes the Gay Games what they are, and is the reason that you're all here in Philadelphia, guys. Thank you so much.
Woo! Thank you.
Wonderful words, thank you. Right, I'm here to give the local award for the female, and it goes to, what's it quite now? And it goes to Franny Price. Franny, as an executive director of Philly Pride Presents, organises Philadelphia's Pride Day in June, Outfest in October. These are the only 2 events during which the Philadelphia lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender community joins together and celebrates as a whole. Philly Pride Presents also co-sponsors the Philadelphia Dyke March and the Alternative Prom. The purpose of their Pride events is the advancement of LGBT rights through the visibility and awareness that our parades and festivals create. Franny also owns Bruce Street Video, was the chair of the Philadelphia Police Liaison Committee and sat on the board of the Attic Youth Center. For all of the tireless work over the years in celebrating and promoting the LGBT community in Philadelphia, the FGG would like to recognize you with this Local Hero Award.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2.
I think I could listen to her accent all night. So I was listening to the board and acknowledging who I am, so I'm going to say I'm Franny Price at large. I haven't played sports in a really long time, like in the 80s and 90s. I was on a softball team. Spruce Street used to sponsor a team for 4 years, and I was fortunate enough to be able to even play on my team. And now I'm like a little old Italian man. My only sport is bocce. I do want to say this. I might organize it, but it's all the different cultures, organizations, the diversities, the subcultures in our community that make our events successful. And so I want to thank all of you for giving, this is our 30th year for 30 years of making our events successful. And I do want to say in the early days, Team Philadelphia, when we first started Outfest, and for those who we might remember, Team Philadelphia at every Outfest had the Condom Olympics. And they were always a big draw. So there's some history there with us working with teams all along. And in the last Olympics, Gilbert Baker, and this is the 40th anniversary of the rainbow flag, but when the last time we went to Olympics, Absolute had an art campaign where every bar had somebody design a gay rainbow bottle outside chalk, and they were judged during Outfast. And the winner won 500, and that logo, whoever won, it went and was 20 feet at the Olympics, the Gay Olympics. So I don't know if any of you remember that. I hate to date myself. But thank you.
Hello, my name's Viv, I told you that earlier, and I'm here to present the Ally Award, male, to Mark Squiller. In 2011, Councilman Squiller ran for Philadelphia City Council. He ultimately came out on top of a four-man Democratic primary field. And he faced no opposition in the general election. Councilman Squiller is a graduate of La Salle University. In addition to his work with the City of Philadelphia, he has worked with organisations such as the Burke Community Playground Committee, Penn Sport, Whitman Beautification and Revitalisation Project, Whitman Council, Eastern Pennsylvania Organising Project, and Friends of the Whitman Library. Busy man. Councilman Squiller is ever present at the many LGBT functions in the city, and he's been a tireless supporter of our community for years. In 2014, he facilitated the resolution by the City of Philadelphia in recognition of Team Philadelphia's outstanding performance at the 2014 Cleveland Gay Games in Cleveland. So, for the continued support that you provide to the LGBT community in Philadelphia, the FGG would like to recognise you with this Ally Award.
Thank you, Viv. I want to say what a pleasure it is and an honor to be here this word, knowing that the community and the LGBTQ community has always supported me when I first ran for office and continues to support me along the way. We've done a lot of great things in City Council, introducing bills, and like Brian said, Philadelphia is the most LGBT-friendly city in the country, and that doesn't happen without allies. You know, it's an honor to have Franny Price and both Brian receive awards with me today, because I look up to both of them to show examples of how Philadelphians, what they give of themselves to make this city a better place. And we cannot do it with people like you, and also people who organize. I was really proud to do the resolution after the Cleveland Games. You know, 85 athletes went to those games, and Philadelphia brought home 75 medals, which is an amazing accomplishment. You know, Philadelphia, we're proud of our sports teams this year. I know people from the other cities might not like it, but the Super Bowl champion Eagles are. And we always like being the underdogs and coming up on top, right? So, I just want to say again, thank you so much. It's an honor, a privilege. Looking forward to this year's games in Paris. And hopefully we can top the number of people that went, hopefully over 75, and number of medals that we bring back. So congratulations and good luck.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Havoc. I'm here to present the Ally Award Female to Christina Callas, Sarit Sobu. Philly AIDS Thrift, co-founded by Christina in 2005, sells goods donate it to the thrift store, and then distributes the proceeds to local organizations involved in the fight against HIV/AIDS. A longtime ally of the LGBT community in Philadelphia, Christina also was director of Volunteers for the Safeguards Project, an organization which promoted the health and wellness of LGBT individuals and communities through collaborative programs, research, and advocacy. In addition, collaborate in Canada, that's right. I'm Canadian, don't blame me for that. We have the best president. In addition, Christina also brought her strong vision to the Youth Self-Empowerment Project and the AIDS Library. Christina's been working with AIDS organizations since the early 1990s. Philly AIDS Thrift is staffed fully by volunteers, a feat that makes what Christina and her group accomplished even more incredible. To date, Philly AIDS Thrift has donated more than $2 million to Philadelphia HIV/AIDS service organizations. Incredible, isn't it? Philly AIDS Thrift has also opened a new 300 square foot HIV testing center within one of their 2 locations. Along with testing, they will provide free, confidential, high-quality counseling at this center through their collaboration with local organizations. For all that you have accomplished for the LGBT plus and HIV/AIDS communities in your long and illustrious career, the FGG, Federation of Gay Games, would like to recognize you with this Ally Award.
Ready? 1, 2.
Thank you to our best recipient of the night. We like short speeches like that. Okay, I'm here to give out the Local Sport Organization Award. The City of Brotherly Love Softball League is an amateur sports organization that services the Philadelphia LGBTQ community. For 35 years, the CBLSL has not only been an organization accepting of everyone, it has worked tirelessly to give back to the Philadelphia community. Today, the CBLSL has over 600 league members each season. The league has space for not only the Philadelphia LGBTQ community, but for its allies as well. Philadelphia has hosted 2. They're fast. Okay, has hosted 2 softball World Series. In 1993, Philadelphia hosted the NAGA World Series and brought to Philadelphia teams and players from all over the country. This World Series was a great success and helped to solidify Philadelphia as a major player in the national gay softball scene. In 2011, Philadelphia hosted a second World Series, this time for the Amateur Sports Alliance of North America, ASANA. Women's teams from every major American city converged on Philadelphia for 8 days. The CBLSL has also donated tens of thousands of dollars to local organizations, specifically the William Way Community Center and the Home for Hope that has been recent recipients. In addition, the league has donated over $60,000 with another $30,000 set to be donated in 2020 to the Parks and Recreation Department for capital improvements to the Derry and Edgeley softball fields. These improvements enjoyed not only by the members of the CBLSL, but also by other city softball leagues, as well as the school district of Philadelphia. For all that you have accomplished for the LGBT plus community in Philadelphia, the FGG would like to recognize you with the Outstanding Sports Organization Award.
Well, my name's Kevin Armstrong. I'm sorry. I'm the commissioner of the City of Brotherly Love Softball League. And this award is, thank you very much for this award. This award is very timely because it is our 35th, when we start this season, it'll be our 35th year. I was 1 when the league started. And I say that not to be cute. I say that because 35 years is a long time for an organization to be around. 35, that's a long time. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the people that showed up from the league here today. Please raise your hand. There's like 15 of them here. And quickly, I would be remiss if I didn't mention all the people who have been on the board and all the former commissioners, some who are here tonight. 35 years, I get to accept the award, but clearly there's people who came before us. So for those who are not here, who aren't here with us anymore, who started the league, and that's quite a lot of people, thank you. So thank you, everyone.
I am honored to give the award to best local organization on the culture side. And there's nothing better than giving an award to friends. So if I could ask Aaron and Chris to come up to the stage and just stand here as I fawn over them with these words. The Philadelphia Freedom Band is an all-volunteer community band which provides an opportunity for LGBT and straight musicians to perform and have fun in a relaxed, friendly environment. The Philadelphia Freedom Band originally met with members of the Lesbian and Gay Band Association back in August 1988, when they were formed in the basement of founder Paul Woodyard. This incarnation of the band performed at events such as pride parades around the region, the Walk for Life, and played along the route of both Clinton inaugurals. The band became dormant in October of 1997, but was revised in 2008 by Chris Johansson, and is now celebrating its 10th season. The current band has performed as part of the LGBA, the Lesbian Gay Band Association, for both Obama inaugurations. The first LGBTQ performing group to appear in an inaugural parade. They continue to appear at Pride in Philadelphia, New Hope, and the Lehigh Valley. They've performed at Outfest in Philadelphia and performed out and proud at holiday events such as the South Street Easter Parade, Memorial Day, and on July 4th. In 2015, the band was awarded the Out Proud Award by Philly Pride Presents in recognition of its efforts to represent, unify, and support Philadelphia's LGBT community. The band celebrates the diversity of our community with women and trans people in leadership roles, including our drum major, marching band coordinator, and board president.
So, I'll keep this short, since they're, So, I really just want to, first of all, thank you to Federation of Gay Games for inviting us out here and presenting this award tonight. It's really an honor to just be recognized for the work that our entire community is doing to help bring down barriers for LGBT folks in sports and in culture. I think those are two of the most important arenas that we have to really break down barriers with us as a community around the world, and to sort of present a face to our ally community that they don't always get to see. It's really encouraging as a band. I mentioned how we promote women and trans folks in our leadership. We also have a really great ally contingent within our band, and I think it's really helped to help bring the Philadelphia community together around LGBT in culture here. And one of the things I'm proud of as the president of our organization. And Chris, did you have anything you wanted to say? Yeah.
So we started this 10 years ago, and we would have never gotten to the 10th season without people like Bob Lenahan, who I think is here. Bob was at the City Brother Love Softball League, was one of the first people who invited us to do something and invited us back during the national tournament or whatever. World Series, sorry. And then we played a couple songs, but we also played the Star Spangled Banner, which was, great for us. We also wouldn't be here without other people that were honored today, like Franny Price, who said you absolutely have to have marching band. And she pushed us to do that. And of course, the support from the city of Philadelphia has been amazing. So I have to tell you, though, it takes a city to embrace and grow an organization, and it also takes a gay community, LGBTQ community, to embrace and grow an organization. We're proud, happy, and honored to have this.
Hi, I'm Kurt Dahl, and I'm honored to present the Social Justice Award to Fox Rothschilds LLP. Fox Rothschilds LLP is a U.S. law firm founded in Philadelphia in 1907 with 2 attorneys. Since then, the firm has expanded to more than 800 attorneys in 21 offices around the world in 2018. They are also recognized for diversity, with their attorneys honored, among other things, as a recipient of the Philadelphia Business Journal's 2016 LGBT Award. Fox Rothschild embraces a definition of diversity that encompasses sexual orientation and gender identity. Fox also has an LGBTQ and ally subcommittee, which is an active part of the firm's diversity committee. This subcommittee is dedicated to ensuring that Fox is a welcoming workplace for all and the Fox family. The legal community, law students, and the larger community see the firm as a model of inclusiveness and acceptance. Fox has also provided pro bono work to the FGG to lead the license negotiations with the presumptive hosts for both the 2018 and 2022 gay games, successfully completing the agreements for our organization, which we are thankful for. Thank you. For all that Fox Rothschilds has provided, not only to the FGG, but to the LGBT community in general, the FGG would like to recognize you with this Social Justice Award.
How's it look? Perfect. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Don't cover the metal.
Up and down, over the middle.
No. There we go. All right, there you go. One again. Thank you so much.
You think Kurt never did this before?
Hello. Okay. First of all, I want to thank FGG and Open for putting on this event. I would like to thank FGG. David, you've been a great friend, a great co-worker, helper. This guy does a ton of work, and this is, I can't believe David did it. Seeing the first time around, with Paris, hey, Paris coming up, the amount of work involved, and then having the luxury or the honor of getting to it a second time around for Hong Kong, which you guys think Paris is going to be great. Hong Kong's out the door. So, I accept this award on behalf of the firm. Fox Rothschild, like Kurt said, we've been around for 100 years. We have over 800 attorneys. We're a big firm. We have many attorneys, paralegals, over 1,000 staff. We know we have an obligation to the community. We're in every major city, probably in the United States, or at least metro market. We know diversity is important. You know, diversity externally and internally. We realize that, you know, if we're going to help the diverse community, the LGBT community, we have to get our, you know, self straight inside. So we want to make sure we have programs internally to promote diversity, to promote the LGBT community, whether it be educational programs or social functions or legal programs. We try to do everything we can. We're out there in the community. We're sponsoring events. We're, you know, at events, tables in the community, trying to do what we can to do to help the community, to try to empower the community. And this, I mean, FGG is a wonderful organization. I've really, really enjoyed working with them. Quite a few hours we spent together, quite a few phone calls at Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. I can't believe as a volunteer organization how much work you guys put into this organization. It's really amazing, and I applaud all of you for your work. And just one last thing I'd like to say, this isn't necessarily with regard to our firm, but with regard to the games. I want to wish everyone in Paris the best of luck, athletes, organization, across the board. But, you know, watching the Olympics the past month, it really struck me as kind of odd, or actually surprising maybe. The U.S. sent, what, 3 LGBT athletes to South Korea? And how many got medals? 2? Yeah. Out of 3. And one was injured. I think this tells us something about why the gay games are here. Yeah. I know the whole social message and what we would try to accomplish here, but I think this is just a feeding. It's a opportunity for the USOC to say, hey, we got some pretty good athletes here. 2 out of 3 athletes getting medals is pretty impressive for, you know. So, I want to thank everyone for this award. Fox Rothschild really appreciates it. We're going to continue this mission. We're going to continue working with the organizations, and we're happy to help all we can. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So this is the last award of the evening. I know it's been a long evening, but this is a special award to me because it's the Outstanding Media Award, and it goes to Scott Drake. So, as an employee of the Philadelphia Gay News, Scott Drake has been an integral member of the LGBT community for years. Scott has been on the PGN staff since February 2008, starting as a graphic and layout designer. He is now the newspaper's photographer and art director, in charge of the publication's overall appearance. Scott has won more than 20 photography awards in the past 8 years, including an NLGJA Outstanding Achievement in Photojournalism Award, and more than a dozen others for graphics and writing. He is the recipient of 2 Sigma Delta Chi Awards. In addition to his impressive body of work, Scott is always there for the LGBT sports community in Philadelphia. Scott has started Get Out and Play for the PGN, which seeks to highlight the important role that LGBT people play in the sports world. Scott chronicles the matchups and meets and tournaments and tryouts that stand out on the local LGBT sports calendar, as well as tackles the issues like homophobia in sports and unity among local teams. In addition to the article, Scott is always present at the events, making sure to capture that moment in time. And I can say that, and everybody here that is a member of the sports community here knows that Scott is at every freaking event that is here. So Scott, for all you do for the LGBT community in Philadelphia, including the sports community, the FGG would like to recognize you with the Outstanding Media Award.
This is a surprise.
Sorry, one more.
He's left the building.
Well, thanks everyone for coming. We really appreciate getting to know you better. And remember, if you haven't yet registered for the next Gay Games, opening ceremonies are August 4th and we would love for you to go to the website paris2018.com. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Photo with all the recipients together.
Okay, we want a group photo with all of the recipients up here.